Good morning!
Morning!
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Remember that shiver down your spine when you realized Truman's life was just a TV show? The Truman Show, 1998, isn't just a movie. It's a bold warning about surveillance and personal freedom. But behind those perfect shots are a bunch of weird details that few people know about, from the casting process to the hidden symbols in every frame. In today's script, we're going to pull back the curtain on 20 bizarre facts that make this film immortal. Get ready because the sparks are about to fly.
They go around the block, they come back, they go around again. They just go around and around.
Can you believe it? The movie we love about a peaceful, simulated life wasn't like that at all at first. Andrew Niccol's original script, titled The Malcolm Show, was set in a Manhattan riddled with guns and murder, completely different from the peaceful Sea Haven we know. Truman in this version wasn't the lovable everyman, but a character who was paranoid, cornered, and ready to explode. The studio, while liking the idea, was afraid of the tone and wanted a film with soul, not horror, leading to a drastic retooling into a quieter yet far more dangerous work. This was the pivotal moment that made the movie so different. In the mid-90s, Jim Carrey was box office gold in comedy. Every movie he touched promised hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue. But for The Truman Show, he didn't care about the money. He yearned to challenge himself. At the peak of his fame, turning down a bigger paycheck seemed unthinkable. But Carrey had a different mission. He accepted millions of dollars less in salary just to seize the chance to prove he could act deeply, breaking away from the comedic image that had defined his career. It was a bold move, especially for someone known for rubber-faced antics and non-stop laughs. Director Peter Weir once remarked that Carrey's audition was like watching someone escape from their own image, showing the seriousness and hidden talent he wanted to display. That decision didn't just reshape his career, it helped audiences see him in a completely new light. Before a single scene was shot, director Peter Weir created a deceptive universe with a secret weapon called Trupedia. This wasn't just a simple prop, it was a 10-page Bible that meticulously described every hidden rule, every staged moment in Truman's world.
It's all real. Nothing here is fake. Nothing you see on this show is fake. It's merely control.
From there being no shadows at noon to the rule that supporting actors shouldn't age unusually, this document controlled every detail, ensuring the show's terrifying perfection. The role of Christof, the creator and overseer of Truman's world, almost went to someone else. Dennis Hopper unexpectedly dropped out just days before filming began, putting the production in a tough spot. Ed Harris was invited to take on the role in an urgent situation, without much time to prepare. However, with his improvisational talent, Harris created his own rules for the character, deciding that Christof never leaves the set, but lives and eats under the screen's light, completely immersed in controlling Truman.
There's no more truth out there than there is in the world I created for you. I've been watching you your whole life.
Even Christof's signature costume and beret were chosen by Harris himself, helping to shape one of the film's most iconic characters. In the world of The Truman Show, nothing is private, because the entire Sea Haven is a meticulously built set with thousands of hidden cameras. Instead of using traditional filmmaking techniques, director Peter Weir and his team applied methods borrowed from security systems and news footage. This created wide, slightly off-center and detached camera angles, making viewers feel like they were observing Truman's life stealthily, rather than just watching a movie.
Primary incision just above the right knee.
This style created a subtle discomfort, making viewers feel as if they too were part of that cruel surveillance. Although the film doesn't hide its use of CGI like the view of Sea Haven from space, there are many other subtle visual effects details that few people realize. For example, the physical buildings on the real set in Seaside, Florida, were only 1 story tall due to local building regulations. However, additional floors were seamlessly added digitally in post-production, creating an incredibly vast and realistic Sea Haven. Even after more than 20 years, these visual effects remain impressively convincing. Truman's life completely takes place within a giant artificial dome, controlled by the studio where real natural light is a luxury. Without intervention, he would certainly suffer from severe vitamin D deficiency in the long run. To subtly address this problem, the film included a very small but meaningful detail. During a breakfast scene, Truman has a bottle of vitamin D supplements right next to his coffee cup.
Don't forget your vitamins.
Oh, right.
This is clear evidence of how meticulously the producers worked to keep Truman healthy and perfect while he lived a completely artificial life. Did you notice that every object appearing in The Truman Show has a single purpose? Product advertising? From the cocoa box, the knife, to Truman's morning newspaper, everything is placed there for a commercial reason. Even the Pabst beer Marlin frequently drinks is sold at the real-life Truman's bar. Or Truman's Ford Taurus sedan and Marlin's Ford Ranger pickup truck were very likely supplied to the film crew by Ford as a highly effective form of product placement. This shows the profit-driven nature behind the show, where Truman's life is a commodity. You might have noticed that all the music on Sea Haven's radio stations is classical music. Besides helping to keep Truman calm and create a pleasant atmosphere, this also had a practical and economic reason for the producers. Most classical music is in the public domain, meaning the studio didn't need to pay royalties for artists' estates or obtain any legal licenses to use it. This is a small detail but shows the strict cost calculation for a huge reality TV show like The Truman Show. Pay attention to the background actors doing odd jobs in Sea Haven, and you'll see them comically and subtly pretending to work. For instance, there's a shot showing a street sweeper using a litter picker to pick up air. His job is simply to hold a trash bag and make it look as if he's filling it, even though Sea Haven is always clean and practically litter-free. This detail highlights the ridiculous artificiality of Truman's world, where every activity is staged and nothing is genuine. Did you notice this funny detail in the movie? Comment yes if you did, or no if this is your first time hearing about it. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe to not miss other classic movie secrets. When Truman and Meryl look through Truman's old photo album, there's a small but haunting picture. It's an image of young Truman dressed as a clown, looking directly into the camera from behind a child-proof gate, with the handwritten caption, "My Little Clown." At first glance, it seems like a sweet photo, but it actually symbolizes Truman's true status. A prisoner, though unaware, and a clown whose entire life is a cruel performance to entertain millions. This detail shows the cruelty and depth in the character development and the film's message. The secrets Truman is living are even more astonishing than you thought. Will he ever truly escape this trap? Let's discover the next shocking truths. You won't want to miss them. The film made it clear that the producers erected many barriers, both tangible and intangible, to prevent Truman from leaving Sea Haven. A detail so subtle that few notice is that when Truman drives out of town, a small sign in the bottom right corner of the screen displays the text, "You are leaving Sea Haven Island? Are you sure that's a good idea?" This sign isn't just a simple announcement, it's an attempt to subliminally train Truman. It aims to make him prioritize the familiarity and safety of Sea Haven, and sow fear about the outside world, a cunning form of control. Although The Truman Show was released in 1998, there's an interesting fact about the timeline in the film. Different dates seen on newspapers and magazines within the show all indicate the current year of the show is late 1996. That's already a bit strange, but it gets even weirder. The real world outside the show's setting is clearly several years ahead of Truman, with a magazine cover about the show itself dated 1999. This subtle but clever gap creates a sense of disconnection between Truman's world and reality. It's like he's stuck in a permanent time bubble, carefully managed by the producers. This time discrepancy further emphasizes that Truman is living in a manipulated reality, where even time isn't linear as he thought. It's a small but powerful detail that makes the whole illusion feel even more unsettling. When Truman suddenly decides to go to the travel agency to book a flight to Fiji, this causes a minor backstage scramble. The actress playing the travel agent, Doris, had to rush into position so quickly that she initially entered the room with her makeup bib still attached to her shirt. Clearly, she had to apply makeup quickly when she realized what Truman was doing, and she promptly removed the bib after sitting down. This detail, though small, illustrates the lack of preparation and hasty reactions of the film crew to Truman's unpredictable actions, showing that the show wasn't always as perfect as Christof wanted. Truman's boat carries a seemingly random number, 139, printed on the sail. At first glance, it might look like a generic design choice or production detail. However, this number is actually a profound reference to Psalm 139 in the Bible. This psalm contains many verses about an omnipotent figure and the inability of ordinary humans to gain incredible knowledge kept out of reach. That symbolism hits hard when you realize the entire premise of The Truman Show revolves around a man unknowingly controlled by a godlike figure. This creates a strong parallel between Christof and Truman, evoking a deep spiritual meaning for his journey to freedom. It's a quiet but powerful nod to the show's deeper philosophical layers, hiding right there in plain sight on a sail. Christof's most iconic lines, such as,
We accept the reality of the world with which we're presented.
are not poetic creations or profound philosophies from the scriptwriter. In reality, they are a direct echo of a terrifying and familiar logic, taken straight from the mouths of real-life reality TV executives who daily shape what billions of people watch. This makes Christof's words more terrifying than ever, as it reflects a raw truth about how media manipulates our perception. When Truman escapes and the illusion is shattered, two security guards in the control room break the silence with a simple but impactful line. Anything else? This line was not in the script and was improvised by the actors as a joke, but its message was too powerful to discard. The studio wanted to cut it because they thought it was too cynical, too blunt. However, director Weir insisted on keeping it because it says it all. No matter how world-changing the moment, some viewers will always simply change the channel to seek new entertainment and alarming indifference. Before The Truman Show, Jim Carrey was famous for being a comedic actor with exaggerated expressions and signature catchphrases. But the role of Truman showed an unexpected side of him: his stillness. He completely shed his comedic mask, no longer using exaggerated gestures or hyperbolic lines, leaving only a simple man trying to figure out if his life was real or not.
Lady? Flowers!
This is silly.
There it is! There it is! There's the dented beetle! Yes! They come back. They go around again. They just go around and around.
This role earned him a prestigious Golden Globe Award, a powerful testament that he could do more than comedy. He could act deeply and touch viewers' hearts. One of the most dramatic and iconic moments of the film is when Truman crashes his boat into the painted skywall and finds the escape door hidden in the clouds. However, this shot almost didn't happen due to unexpected technical glitches. The moon, a gigantic light rig built for the scene, almost malfunctioned seriously during filming. Additionally, unpredictable storm effects and managing the huge water tank also caused countless difficulties for the film crew. Years after the film's release, psychiatrists around the world began to notice a strange pattern in their patients. These patients claimed they were being filmed, that their families were actors, and that their entire lives were part of a hidden TV show. This happened so frequently that it was officially named Truman Show Delusion. The film penetrated deeper than anyone expected, not only reflecting paranoia, but frighteningly, planting its seeds in the minds of some people.
Just lie to you. I mean, think about it, Truman. If everybody is in on it.
The Truman Show amazed audiences with the idea of a man living his entire life in a simulated world. But the most mysterious and curious, little-discussed detail is how they maintained that entire artificial sky and weather system for 30 years without Truman suspecting anything. Although previous facts mentioned fake sunlight and no shadows at noon in Trupedia, the show's Bible of Deception, as well as the gigantic light rig acting as the moon almost malfunctioning during the storm scene, the sophistication in creating a complete weather ecosystem from sunrise, sunset, to even rain in a dome controlled by the studio is an extraordinary feat. The question remains, how could the producers control every cloud, every raindrop, and the sunlight so meticulously, making it an integral part of the deception, for Truman to believe it was his real world, day after day, for 3 decades? Ultimately, The Truman Show is more than just a movie. It's a mirror, a perfect world built from lies until a man looked up and bravely asked what was real. Every camera, every sunrise was planned, framed, and sold. But somewhere beneath the script in the shadows, Truman found a crack and stepped through it. Because freedom doesn't always begin with a fight, sometimes it begins with doubt. Don't forget to follow the channel to discover more little-known movie secrets.